Hello, class. As you can see, we're going to review some math that we've learned, and we will start with the date. Now, we normally write May 6th, 2020 or 2020, and sometimes we will write the number for the month. And then we write the day and then the year. Well, let's see. May is the 5th month. Let's be sure. January, February, March, April, May. Yes, May is the 5th month. We put a slant line. Some people will write a straight line across. Either way is okay. But we need to separate the month, the number of the month, from the actual date or day of the month. And then, of course, the year of the month. So you take your marker and you draw a line like that, draw the 6, and then another line so that the year is separated as well. Some of you have already been doing that, haven't you? Which is good. Okay, let's say these. An X in Roman numerals is 10. Good. XII. What number is that? 12. Good. XV. 15. XIX. Do you remember? The I goes with the X over here. So this stands alone. So this will count for 10, and this X and I will count for the next number together. I heard somebody say 19. That is correct. X, I, X, or 10, I, or 1. 10 minus 1 equals 9. Put the 9 with the 10 and you have 19. Good job. This one, 8 is correct. And this one? Did you say 4? Good, that means you subtracted. Instead of adding 5 and 1, you subtracted 1 from 5. All right, let's move this down here. And let's do some more Roman numerals at the bottom. We'll talk about the money in a minute. What is this number then? If the smaller comes first, you subtract 9. If the smaller come after the larger, you add. $16. And this one? $21. How about 3 C's? Can you remember what a C is in the Roman numerals? How many of you said 100? How many 100s do we have then? C, C, and C. 1, 2, 3. We have, you're right, 300. Good job. Looking up here, we see the $1 bill. We didn't study this last time we did money because I didn't have one that goes with this set. So I had to get this from a different set. It's much, much bigger because it's a completely different set. So the $50 compared to the quarter is not really as big as this, okay? But we needed to talk about it The $50 is 50 cents. The man on here, that side view of him, is President Kennedy. He was president during the 60s. For you, that was a long time ago. For me, it doesn't seem that far away. President Kennedy was president in the 60s, the 1960s. See how it says 1996 on the coin though? Because it came out at this time in the 90s to honor this president, President Kennedy. 50 cents. If I had two $50, how much money would I have? 50 plus 50 is 100. How many cents are in a dollar? 100 pennies equal a dollar. 100 cents equals $1. 100 pennies equals $1. So if we had two of these, 50 cents and 50 cents, we would have an equal amount for $1. You need to remember that the $50, which is sometimes called, or sometimes we say a 50-cent piece, which we don't see as many of these as we do quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. But they're still around, and we need to know what they are, and we need to know the value. So remember, 50 cents. 50 pennies equals a half of a dollar. All right, so what is this again? The quarter. How many cents, how many pennies equal a quarter? You need to memorize that. 25 cents? Yes. A quarter equals 25 pennies or 25 cents. There's no way of knowing how many cents are in a quarter unless you memorize it. So you need to study these. When you see a quarter, 25 cents. What about a dime? How many pennies equal a dime? 10? Yes. 10 pennies is the same as one dime. So a dime has a value of 10 cents. The nickel has a value of 5 cents. It's half the value of the dime. 5 is half of 10. Well, the dime is much smaller than the nickel. You might be thinking, why isn't it more? Here's why. The dime, when it was first made, was made out of silver, which is more valuable. And the nickel was made out of a metal called nickel. And it's not as valuable. It's valuable, but not as valuable as silver. So that's why the dime has more value than the nickel. You can't always go by size. Sometimes a little diamond is a lot more valuable than a big granite rock. Oh yeah. Now we go to the penny. The penny is 1 cent. If we turn this penny over, it would say 1 cent on the back. So all of these coins, including the dollars, are valued with by the penny, by the 1 cent. How many cents? 5. How many cents? 10. How many cents? 25. How many cents? 50. How many cents in a dollar? 100. So if I had 100 pennies, I would have $1. The same value as $1. You need to make sure that you know the value. Let's do it again. 50, 25, 10, 5, 1. Okay, now I'm going to move around. Did you say 100 cents? 1 cent. 10 cents. 25 cents. 5 cents. Good. Now, if you were having trouble remembering how many cents are in each of these, then you need to practice and make sure that by next year you have all of it in your brain so that when your teacher starts going over money with you, you won't have to relearn something from last year. Very important. Okay, let's put this down and move to the next thing. I combined several lessons with this lesson. This looks like, whoa, what is that, Mrs. Doyle? So we're doing a little bit from 134, mostly from 135, and there's a little bit in there, 136 and 137, just a little. And I'll go back over those lessons when we get to them. Just to give you a little bit of heads up. Do you know these? Did you learn how to count by threes yet? Did you learn how to count by twos? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Good. All right. We need to know these. Now, some of you, I think, have learned them. So as we do our multiplication, we will be counting by threes. Let's see what you can do. 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. All you had to do was count by threes. But then, at some place, as you're studying and learning these, you need to memorize the answers. It's really funny. I had to learn these when I was in school, in elementary school. And I still remember them. So once you memorize some things, you just don't forget them. Now you might forget 1 or 2, but it comes back. So if you really memorize it, you will remember them. If they keep falling out of your head, then you need to go back and put them back in. You will need these next year when your teacher will teach you about multiplication, of course, but also division. If you don't know how to multiply, you won't be able to divide. See how important it is? Each one relies on the other one. And then if you don't know how to divide, you will have trouble with doing more complicated fractions. And then you have to learn how to do decimals. So they all seem to build on the other. They're all related to each other. So learn to multiply so you will be able to divide. And learn to divide so you will be able to do fractions easily. And then, of course, the last one is something called decimals. But that's counting by tens and hundreds and thousands. And that might be a little bit easier once you get to that. That's probably in 6th grade, though. What's the most important thing you need to do? Learn how to multiply these simple ones that we have presented this year, okay? Over the summer you can learn them if you don't know them now. Then when you get into 3rd grade, your teacher will be amazed. You know how to do your 3s and your 4s and your 5s and your 10s and of course your 2s. She's going to be really happy about that. I'm very proud of you. Okay, let's do 4s. Now, we haven't counted by 4s, but you can memorize counting by 4s. Let me show you. 0, 4, 8, well, you know that one. 12, you know that one, if you know that one. 16, oh, you know this one. 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. Remember, you know this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and you know this one, and this one. And actually, 1 times 4, 1 times 4 is 4 and 4, 44. So really, you know that one too. You probably know a little, almost half of these. So the other half, you need to learn that one, and that one, this one, this one, and this one. And 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4, 48. So you can do it a simple way there too. Not too many to learn, really. If you look at the whole thing and say, I have to learn all of those, well, you already know some of them. And you already know some of these. So keep working on it. You notice I didn't put the answers. I want you to learn them too. I know it will be a really big help to you if you learn these. And I really care that you learn these. Why? It's because I want to make you work. No, because I want you to do well in the grades to come. Be successful. So here's a way to be successful next year. Begin to learn your multiplication facts. Okay, that also works for 4th grade, doesn't it? And I'm going to move over here and I'm going to sit down and talk to you about something that will be on your paper where the teacher has to say it and you write it. Okay, so I'm going to say some combinations, and on the back of lesson 154, there are some combinations that you need to write. I've given this to your parents, so they do have it. But if you're with me and you have your paper, you can go ahead and do the practice part today, right now. So, if you found 9 times 3, and you write your answer, it's on the back. It says combinations. Write the combinations your teacher says. Are you finding it? All right, let's begin. A, 9 times 3. Write the answer. 9 times 3. Right there. We just practiced it. Okay, let's go to B. 3 numbers. 17 minus 9. 17 minus 9. Plus 4. Plus 4. So let's do that again. 17 minus 9. Get your answer. Plus 4. I got it. You know what I did with the 17 minus 9? I took the 17 and I added the 7 and the 1 together and got a number. To remember, when you're subtracting a 9 by a teen number, you can take the 2 numbers in the teen number, add them together, and you'll get your answer. I'll say it one more time. This is only a practice. 17 minus 9 equals, I got my number, plus 4. And I have my answer. All right, let's move on to C. There's 3 numbers here. 6 plus 5. Well, 5 plus 5 is 10. So 5 plus 6 is now minus 9. Minus 9. Recognize that? Write your answer. 6 plus 5 minus 9. All right, let's do D. 4 times 10. 4 times 10. This should be quick and easy for you, I hope. You know your tens. 4 times 10. Next one, E. 5 plus 8. 5 plus 8. Write your number. Remember, there's more than one way to do a math problem. And it doesn't always take counting on your fingers. Sometimes it takes some knowledge of combinations of numbers that you already know the answer to. And then you just add or subtract something else. You can do it. Now, it says, write the numbers your teacher says down below. So these are large numbers and some mixed numbers. A mixed number is a whole number, a regular number, and a fraction, like 1 1/5, for example. Okay, that's not on this. A, write a big number, 17,005. Wait a minute, there's no number in the tens. There's no number in the hundreds. What do you need to do? $17,005. So you go all the way over to the ones place and write your 5. What do you put in the tens and the hundreds place? Okay, B. We're going to have some spaces in this one too, so you have to think. 11,040. 11,040. What do you put when I say thousand? That's right, put a comma. Did you put a placeholder in the hundreds place? 11,040. Okay, C. 9,200. 9,200. D will be a mixed number. A mixed number means you're going to write a regular number and then you're going to write a fraction next to it. That's called mixed number. Here's the first one. 8 1/4. So you write an 8 and then beside it you write 1/4, which is a fraction. Can you do that now? Are you able to? Last one, E. Write 5 2/3. 5 2/3. Okay, we're all done with that. If you didn't get it, everything in this section. You can come back again and replay it and try again. All right. Here are some sticks. Here are some more sticks. And here are more sticks. How many sticks do you see? Oh, there's one hiding back here. Can you see them all? Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah, let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 sticks here. Now, what I want you to do is find how many equal 1/3 of the 12. Say it again. How many equal 1/3 of these 12 sticks? And you're thinking, 1/3. Well, you have to know how many sticks are found in 1/3 of these 12. So, sort of already put them in groups. Can you see? Here's 1/3, here's 1/3, and let me get that closer. Here's 1/3. So 1, 2, 3. How many groups? 1, 2, 3. Each group is a fraction of all 12. So this group is called 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. If I said it like this, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. 3/3 means that there isn't anything missing, that all the parts are here. If I took one away, there'd be one missing. They're all here together. So there are 3/3. Another way to say it. 3 at the top, and then there's that line, and then there's a 3 at the bottom, 3/3. All of these together, 1, 2, 3. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. 3/3 equals 1, because the whole group is one group of 12. So 12 would equal one whole group. But we still haven't found out the answer. It's right here in front of you though. How many equal 1/3? 1, is this 1/3 right here? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 in each group. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What numbers do we have? Well, altogether we have 12. We have 3 groups, so 12 and 3. And now we know that there's 4 in each group. So what our numbers are: 4, 3 groups, and 12 altogether. 4 and 3 and 12. Let's say the smallest one first. 3 and 4 and 12. Say it again. 3, 4, 12. Can you make a multiplication problem out of that? Let's say the 12 is your answer. So you have a 3 and a 4. Oh, what's 4 times 3? 12. Okay, now can we divide? Can we take the 12 and divide it by 3 and get 4? Sure, and we can also take the 12 and divide it by 4 and get the 3. These three numbers. So, did I tell you how fractions were related to multiplication and division? Here's an example. Here's what I wanted you to find. What is 1/3 of 12? Well, here's 1/3 of 12, and how many are in that 1/3? There's 12. There's 4 sticks. 4 and 4 and 4. So this is 1/3. How many are in this 1/3? 4. How many are in the whole group? 12. Multiplication, division, and fractions are in some ways related, just looked at in a different way. Okay, I want to remind you about the ruler. In the next few lessons, there's going to be some measuring, and you need to always be careful and read carefully when you're measuring. Do they want you to measure in inches, or do they want you to measure in centimeters? It's really easy to just put it down and do this or do this on the wrong side, and then you will definitely get the wrong answer. So you need to be really careful about using your ruler. Look at it, make sure you are using the right side, okay? Inches, centimeters. Easy mistake, but you will get the wrong answer if you forget to look. Okay, I'm going to stop now, and I would like to go back over just one more thing without looking. No, okay, I'll bring it up here. Look at these coins. I'm going to point to one, and you tell me how many cents. Okay, let's say it together now. 100 cents, 50 cents, 25 cents, 10 cents, 5 cents, and of course the penny, 1 cent. Be sure to know those. See you later.